Okay, guys, so today we are starting our last unit that we're going to be learning new stuff. It's called data representations. This is unit 9. And basically, all that means is we're going to be looking at graphs and interpreting them. Okay, interpreting the data on the graphs. And this is a lot of graphs that you saw in 6th grade, so it should not be too new for you. Okay, so these are some of the graphs we're going to be working with. A circle graph or a pie chart. It splits it into little pieces of a pie, depending on how many different options there are. Okay, and then we have a bar graph, and they look like little bars coming up, or sometimes they'll go sideways like these pencils are. Okay, and sometimes there'll be two right next to each other, comparing two things to one to each other. Okay. And then we have dot plots, and on the bottom will be like the answer choice, and then each dot represents a person that selected that answer choice. And then our last one, the most complicated one, is box plots. We usually call them a box and whisker plot because there's a box and then two whiskers coming off of it. And we'll go over more in depth about what each of those spots means. Okay, so today we're just going to start with identifying keywords. Okay, because without knowing what keywords mean and without finding those keywords, we won't know what we're trying to find. Okay, so we need to read the problem and all of the answer choices. Okay, if you're not going to read, then you're not going to know what to do. And then we need to identify what is being asked. What are they asking us to do? And then identify the keywords in the problem and all the answer choices. And then this one's the most important word. We want to define each keyword here. Okay, after we identify our keywords, we want to define them, because if I don't know what that keyword means, then I don't know what to do. Okay, some important keywords to look for these graphs is the word inference, the word valid, certain, less likely, more than, or more, and unlikely. Okay, so inference means that you're going to make your best guess. What is my best guess that I can use this? You see this word in science a lot about making guesses. Valid is just another word for true. Which one is true? Certain means I am definitely going to pick that one. Certain means that that's the only choice, so that's the only one I'm going to be able to pick. Less likely means that option has less numbers to it, so it's less likely to be chosen over others. And then the same with more likely, more than, and more. Those options are more likely to be chosen, so that means they would have bigger numbers with them. And then unlikely means I can't choose that at all. There's no options. No one chose that. That's not even an option, so that would be unlikely. Okay, so let's do a couple of examples. First, we need to read all of our answer choices, our answers and answer choices. So this is just the question. So the table shows the results from a random sample of students at Baker School who were asked about summer plans. Okay, and then here's the table. It has activity, work, travel, study, camp, and then the number of students, 5, 12, 3, and 10. Based on this information, what are the most likely summer plans of a randomly selected student at Baker School? So we're not answering the question today. We're just going to be finding the keywords. Okay, so I'm going to go through this and read it again. The table shows the results from a random sample of students at Baker School who were asked about summer plans. Okay, based on this information, what are the most likely summer plans, most likely, of a student, of a randomly selected student at Baker School? Okay, so most likely is the most important word here. And remember, that means that one has a higher probability of being chosen. Okay, so I would go to answer this, I would go to the number that's the highest. Okay, and that's all we got to do. So circle all of your important words and then define them. Okay, let's go on to our next one. A random sample of students was surveyed about whether they will go to this year's school dance. The table shows the results of the survey. Based on this information, which inference appears to be valid? Okay, So I'm kind of combining 1 and 2 together. I'm reading it and I'm circling my keywords that I have. You can write them down as I'm going. Most of the students at the dance will be 6th graders. More 8th graders than 6th graders will go to the dance. 8th graders like dancing more than 7th graders. 6th graders do not like to dance. Okay, so I have several keywords here. So I have a keyword in each of my answer choices, which you should. You should always have a keyword in each of your answer choices to tell you what that answer choice is looking for. And then I have a keyword here. I have at least one keyword in my question. I know I'm making an inference, which is my best guess, and I need it to be valid, which means it's going to be true. Okay. Let's keep going. We have one more. The graph shows results from a survey of a random sample of students, which inference again, about the general population of students is valid. Okay. So I'm going to define inference. That's my best guess of which is valid, which is true. Okay, let's go to the question. Answers. More girls than boys prefer strawberries. Boys like bananas more than strawberries. More boys than girls prefer pears. There are more girls who prefer bananas than boys who prefer pears. Okay, so that would be all of our keywords. So if you see this one, this one, this one, this one, so each of them have more in it. So I'm looking for which one is more, which one is bigger out of each of them. And I'm making my best guess as to which answer is true. Okay, so that's all you're going to do today. You're going to have a Google form today, and I'm going to have questions in there, and your answers are going to be you're going to have to find the keywords, tell me what the keywords are, and then you're going to have to tell me the correct definition of each of those keywords. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. You guys have a great day. Thanks, bye.